En Route to Adulthood by OlaRose Ndubuisi. I did not need a TV in my bedroom at home because I watched TV with my mom on the living room couch. Now, I watch it with my head on a pillow and my legs under the covers. My memories speak louder than the news reporter on the screen. I like living in my dorm alone. It's peaceful to have my own space, yet I feel lonely existing at my own pace. I wonder if there is another student somewhere feeling out of place, since they sleep beside strangers, taking up the space where their sibling might have been. Every car that drives up to my college campus tells a story within the mountains of boxes and bags. Whenever a new student steps over the threshold into my residence hall, I wonder how they mentally flip the page. I ponder how they make that transition from senior to freshman, from summer to fall, from child to adult. En route to adulthood, some put their minds on drive, just for their actions to circle around their comfort zone. Others stay parked in restricted areas they've never known prior to calling a campus home. En route to adulthood, we feel like children. We feel like our lives are lined paper and change colors outside the lines. Blue tears stain bedsheets behind closed doors. Today, the soft green campus grass oozes between our toes. Yet last week, through windows, the grassy blades in our backyard sharply glared at us. We feel like proudly wearing merch, orange shirts, as if the words, "Go Qs," are infused in our blood. We feel like having a 4-year-long sleepover with like-minded peers, living and learning from our fears, shoulder to shoulder as the snow piles up and the weather grows colder. We feel like absorbing all of the knowledge and advice pooling around us, excited to dive deep into areas of study we are passionate about. We feel like playing card games and hosting movie nights in the evening and studying for class together during the day. We feel like waking up early and making our beds to seem responsible. We feel like staying up late to write a poem because there's no one to warn us the next morning that we will lie in the bed we've made. We feel like crossing the street after class to eat our favorite treats at the frozen yogurt shop, and there is no sign telling us to stop. We feel like eating breakfast at the same time, waiting impatiently in long lines. We feel like a family, reaching over one another just to get the fork we forgot to grab initially. Private whispers and conversations all melt into one distinct, loud, muffled cacophony called the dining hall. We feel like venturing down various educational paths before hitting a dead end and finally retracing our steps to our dorms. We feel like knocking on unknown neighbors' doors, having the maturity not to ditch, but without the means to give them a housewarming gift. All we can offer is a simple, "Hi, can we be friends?" but camouflage it with secret code words like major and residence hall. With awkward, totally intentional pauses our parents just wouldn't understand. But our parents, our guardians, were once en route to adulthood too, refueling their hearts with courage, packing the trunk with suitcases of memorabilia, and stopping to rest at every thought of freedom. We feel like finding surface-level interests we have in common so we can dig deeper beyond the small talk. We feel like forcing friendships with people whose paths don't align with ours, often missing those we naturally gel with. We feel like our words hold a conversation as tight as the winning side of tug-of-war, even if their eye contact stumbles on the stand. We feel afraid of recognizing the power of smiling and stopping to say hello to many rather than some. We feel like meeting new people, even though we cannot truly befriend all of them. We feel like capturing every moment, whether it's with a digital camera, a phone, or, and this is really old school, a physical diary. We feel like filling our diaries, front cover to back. We feel like writing in short, fast bullet points, to record moments slipping through cranial cracks, and to make up for the time we lack. We feel like pulling caterpillars out of our upset stomachs and shaping them into butterflies with our hands, so we never have to understand the effect of making the wrong choice, despite every voice saying there is no wrong choice. I thank God for opening my heart and mind to new possibilities. I am grateful to my mom, my family, and my community for supporting me through all the difficulties and creating a loving environment, conducive to developing my abilities. My choice of this wonderful school reminds me not to put worldly things on a pedestal, such as universal name recognition, especially when New Yorkers, like a spirited car ignition, spring for joy when I tell them I'm going to Syracuse University. It's not solely about how elevated a school is. Many colleges can stand in their own right. But will they see you at the bottom of the staircase and take you up to the next flight? Syracuse University is impressive, from the incredible public resources and amenities available for all students, to the pre-professional programs, engaging academics, life-changing merit scholarships, and opportunities wrapped up in personalized packages. I love it because it truly has all of the tools I need to realize my dreams. Syracuse University's campus has unique buildings with different architectural styles that don't seem to connect when you look at them individually, but collectively, they create a masterful canvas, a beautiful campus. The JMA Dome is the stadium for events and sports games. Syracuse's lively school spirit haunts the dome as cheers and chants echo. When you're driving on the road, you can see the white beam structure from miles away, like a beacon. My major in biology is like the JMA Dome. Everyone knows I want to be a doctor and can see my future clearly. It's obvious, really. My love for medicine and interests in science are fueled by my desire to care for other premature infants like me. My major in journalism is like the building known as Newhouse, one of the top schools for journalism in the country. My interest in being a journalist reflects the structure of Newhouse. The building is modern, sleek, with sharp, clean edges. Writing comes naturally to me. My passion for poetry makes being a journalist the clear next step to turning creativity into sustainability. My desire to take film classes sounds like a lofty, extravagant goal to some, just like the Krauss College of Fine Arts. A staircase leads to a castle sitting atop a hill, a familiar stop for visual and performing arts students. When people think of movies, they consider the 1% of people who become household names, like those at the top of the staircase. People don't realize that in my case, it's not about making money. It's about the climb up the stairs, the journey. You don't fall in love with filmmaking after using expensive equipment or being on set. You fall in love because you use your phone to take videos of a sunset. A scientist doesn't fall in love with science after making a breakthrough in research, but in biology class. For an architecture major, it's after playing with Legos. I have a long staircase to climb, many learning curves to face. I will acquire new vocabulary words, learn how to make a thought visible, and how to put a new perspective in focus. When you merge the three buildings together, the facets of your identity, you get a building that looks like the Hall of Languages. Symmetrical with looming mansard roofs. It's almost cartoonish in a good way, like a pop-up card. Similar to how it was the first building on campus, your unique experiences and personal goals solidify you as the first of your kind. Wherever you are en route to adulthood, know that you are not alone. When you pause to take a breath, the student next door is breathing with you. When you step into a classroom, whether you are excited to learn or not ready to mentally return, others are on the same path as you. Whether you are ready or you are afraid to sleep in your dorm, the same emotions flutter within another. As you contemplate how many flights away you are from home, or how many hours your parents would need to drive to you, Other students have also never been away from home. When you sit alone in the dining hall, another student is sitting alone too, wishing someone would just approach them. The road to adulthood manifests itself differently for all, in length, shape, and the number of hurdles. I am grateful that my road to adulthood leads here.